Hi there, today I am bringing you a look at my Type 94 Japanese Tankettes. These are designed for bolt action, or built for bolt action. They're tiny little tanks, as you can see. They're titchy little two-man tanks which basically are made out of very light armour, and really they're not that far beyond a normal armoured car, except they've got tracks. But then again, some armoured cars have tracks, so tended to be bigger. Two-man tank, one guy sits in the front and drives, another guy mans the tiny turret. They were extremely cramped and extremely awkward to operate, but they were relatively fast and they were handy for reconnaissance. Now, when they were designed, they were technically called, they weren't called Tankettes, they were called armoured cars. And that's because when the Imperial Japanese Navy came up with the design, they said that they weren't allowed to have a tank because the army was the only organisation that could have tanks. So there was a bit of argument between the army and the navy, and they ended up calling this little thing a armoured car. So technically it's a light tank. In reality it's an armoured car, or the other way around. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Or a tin car.
Yeah, it's basically made out of cola cans and stuff. It's rubbish. But handy. The Japanese didn't use armoured cars in combat, contrary to popular opinion. The armoured cars are wheeled. The Japanese didn't see a point in sending wheeled vehicles into combat, particularly, other than bicycles and motorbikes. And so armoured cars were mainly used for rear security. So they were used by police units operating in Japanese-occupied China and places like that. I think Shanghai had its own design of armoured car, which was it a Carden Lloyd type armoured car? I can't remember. It had a big round turret. You'll find it if you look on Wikipedia.
Yeah, just type in armoured car.
Yeah, type in Japanese armoured cars. They had some pretty weird ones.
Number 1.
Yeah, they also had a really good one that ran on railway tracks. It was actually designed to run on railway tracks, so they could put wheels on when it went off-road.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was cool, but completely useless. I mean, other than guarding railways.
Why was if there weren't a railway where they were?
Well, the Japanese pretty much built a railway to everywhere they wanted to go.
How was it got blown up?
They repaired it. They had tons and tons of Chinese labourers who were just dying to help the Chinese build things. Literally dying unless they helped. Yeah, the Japanese built train lines everywhere, and so an armoured car built to go on rail lines is actually makes sense. The Russians did much the same, and even the Germans had a type of armoured car that was designed to go on rail tracks as well. So, but this isn't that one, so we're not talking about that at all. You know, I'm going to have to build one now, aren't I?
Yep.
So these were used by the army and the navy, mainly for reconnaissance. They would go out ahead of the army. They were usually fitted with a very rubbish radio that hardly ever worked, and so the driver would carry a flare, and he would send off a flare when he spotted something, which probably made him the biggest target on the battlefield. But there you go, it's one of those things. We haven't actually used them in battle yet, have we? No, we haven't.
You have to think,
I don't think we have.
Was it?
No, we haven't.
I thought we were doing that.
No. So we will be using them in a battle to come. But they are very cute little tanks, and I just had to make them because they're in my all-time favourite film. So I had to just put some of these together because they're...
Which one's that?
Flowers of War. You're not watching it.
I don't want to.
And
It sounds weird.
No, it's
Is it about flowers?
No, it's not about flowers. It's about the Japanese fighting in China
Do the
against the Chinese Nationalist Army.
do the flowers call themselves Japanese and Chinese in their battle?
No, the flowers refers to orphans. Never mind. So,
Am I distracting you?
yes, we are here with these little tanks. You may notice the tiny, tiny little spades on the sides of the vehicles, which is quite cool. Little spade there just to dig you out if you get stuck.
I thought it was a pickaxe.
No, it's a spade. I couldn't fit a pickaxe on.
Oh, right.
The Japanese
Let me just zoom in on it.
made quite a few of these, mainly to fill a need for a portable machine gun that could be operated on the front lines. Hence the machine gun in the turret. The British had the same sort of ideas at the beginning of the war, and their idea was to have a very small light tank that could carry a machine gun. The British then changed the idea from having a light tank to having a light armoured car carry the machine gun instead, whereas the Japanese went another way and they mounted theirs on motorbikes, so kind of makes sense. Anyway, these are my tanks. They are scratch built out of all sorts of bits and bobs, mainly card and milliput with a few bits of wire, and they were certainly fun to make, so there you go. There's a little door on the back, that's how you get in and out. So I hope you like the video. I hope you get some good ideas about making your own stuff if that's what you're into. Please click like and subscribe if you're interested in doing that too, and leave any comments you like in the low bar. Thank you very much.
Bye.